A very good evening to you, South Africa, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Cars. We're here today in Sandton at LMPF. I'm your host, RushCars, otherwise known as Not a Car Spotter. And in a few minutes, we'll be sitting down with my next guests, who go by the name of RushCars. Hello, KG.
Hi.
Hello, Luyanda.
Hi, V.
How are you guys doing?
I'm fantastic, no complaints.
All good, all good.
And yourself?
I'm good, thank you for asking. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, no problem at all.
I have a few questions lined up for you. Are you ready?
No problem, let's go for it.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Where does your love for cars stem from?
Well, personally, my love for cars stems from trucks, funny enough, because I used to live near Malibongwe onto like the N1 on-ramp, and then you just hear like the trucks passing by and they make a lot of noise. So then from there, I just started loving them. And then my uncle had a few cool cars that I liked, and then now I'm here.
All right.
Yeah, so for me, back when I couldn't enunciate words, it was the Lelo truck, which was one of my gifts for
so
my birthday.
cute.
Yeah, something like that. So I kept going on about this Lelo truck, and I had it, and I would play around with it everywhere in the house and whatever. And even now, to this day, when I, visit my grandmother or my uncles, they'll tell me about the Lelo truck. So that's where it began, around probably 3 years old or so. I'm not too sure.
That's really sweet. Does the place that you come from have an influence on why you love cars?
Definitely. I mean, well, like in the broader picture, I come from South Africa. We have a rich car culture. The E30, the people's car. Personally, I think that's like people's car. Gusheshe, we all know it, we all love it. So you can't live in South Africa and not know something about cars,
Yeah, definitely. With that, my uncles and my dad have always talked about cars and told me stories and legends about certain nights out or whatever, or racing here, going there. So it always it really did fuel my passion for cars, to also want to replicate what they were telling about and do my own thing as well.
All right. Who are some of your icons and why?
Well, let's start with one of the greatest icons out there, Jeremy Clarkson. I thought of that, without a second thought, it has to be Jeremy Clarkson. He's the reason why I love so many cars as well. His reviews were just absolutely brilliant, and it was hilarious. It was fun to watch. In fact, that entire trio, Jeremy, May, and Hammond, those are my icons.
Yeah, definitely. Jeremy Clarkson, well, Top Gear, but mainly Jeremy Clarkson has inspired the Rush Car reviews, as you guys know. So I just had a look at how Jeremy would speak and how he would react and how the chemistry between everyone would go. So I just took a little bit of that and made my own car review. And as you know, the Rush Car reviews are a bit quirky. Yeah.
All right. What other interests do you have besides cars?
Personally, I like to spend my time smoking a little bit of hub here and there. That's what I like to do. I do like education a little bit, study here and there, whatever I can get my mind around. If it's fascinating to me, that's what I like to do. Yeah.
Yeah, then for me, it's photography and videography. So I've been able to sort of drive my passion for cars through Rush, and that first came from photography. I would take photos of my friends' cars, and those friends then became Rush members, and obviously Rush became a thing, and so on and so forth. So I drive my passion through Rush cars. So another interest would be photography. Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about Rush Cars. Why did you start Rush Cars?
So it's an interesting story. It was when COVID started, right? And I was bored. I was really bored out of my mind. And my family, they're not really interested into cars, so I can't like talk to them for a long time about it. So I was like, you know what, let me start a car group. I asked him to join and run Rush with me. First, he said no. He said he doesn't want no parts in it, and he's like, no, I'm fine.
Yeah.
So then I opened up the group, I invited a bunch of people that we knew, and then that's when he was like, you know what, actually, this is cool, let's do this together.
Yeah, so basically I don't even like the name. I don't even like the name Rush. I was like, Rush? And he's like, yeah, let's just start Rush. And I was like, dude, what's often? Rush what? Rush this? You'd be like, RushCars, okay. I'm like, okay, why? And then you just say, no, it's a placeholder, let's just start the group.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, fine. So he started the group, he did all the added people, the hype came back, the energy was there. So then I was like, yeah, let's do this. This is great.
Yeah. Funny enough, we really were supposed to change the name Rush. Just like, you know what, we'll change it later. And then now we're still here with RushCars, and we love it actually.
And that brings me to my next question is, where did the name originate from?
I'd lie to you if I gave you a proper answer. Because it was meant to change. Because even when I added him, he's like, what's Rush? It's like, this is a rubbish name, man. I'm like, yeah, no, you're right. You're definitely right. It is rubbish. No, we'll change it later. It never changed.
But it's the name, it being one word, makes it more versatile because we have different aspects of Rush. So on the Rush group, it's Rush ellipsis, so ... So essentially, there are about 3 sections of Rush that we're trying to grow. So there's RushCars, which is the group, the members, the events, and then there's Rush Entertainment, which is how we present the events to people. So like when I take videos of our rounds and I do the vlogs, and then there is Rush. What's the other one? It's Rush Entertainment Cars, and then
Rush Exchange.
Wow.
At some point, we'd like to start buying and selling cars. We had attempted that, but we just know that there are 3 avenues that we can explore, and we slowly but surely explore them here and there.
All right. And in terms of events, are your events open to everyone?
Okay, yeah, they definitely are. That's the short answer. And the slightly longer one is that I also did start Rush to cater to the younger enthusiasts in the country, because they're not younger guys with really nice cars. It's like GTRs, Porsches and whatnot. They kind of like looked down on. We're like, oh no, it's daddy's money or this or that. And they get weird comments, and then they don't feel free in the car space to actually just go to an event and make sure they can enjoy it. So when we started Rush, we're like, okay, one of the requirements is that you have to be a young person per se. There's no like age, but like just be young in spirit and whatnot. And then everybody's welcome, anything is welcome. We don't say this car specific or nothing like that. We just want everyone to come and have a really good time. Yeah,
so with Rush, we don't discriminate. We invite anyone and everyone, but we keep it generally with young people because there are other groups with older guys and older women who feel like, oh, you guys didn't work hard for your money and you guys don't have...
Yeah.
We get rid of all of that. We don't care how you get your car or whoever's car you use, as long as we care more about the relationship that we make with the members. So, yeah.
And I think the mutual thing here is that you're passionate about cars, ultimately.
Yeah, definitely.
That's why we're here.
And we want to enjoy a good time. Like, even experience the cars.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who owns what. As long as you have a car and you're here and you love cars.
Yeah, we do like, when you add someone to the group, add a new member, we do a bit of an introduction. We're like, welcome, so-and-so, welcome to RushCars, where we review cars and make it funny, whatever. And then a part of it is like, send us a picture of what you have access to. That the way the question's phrased is very important because it's not like, what do you own? How did you buy it? No, it's like, okay, if the car's at home and your parents let you take it out, come have fun.
True.
Come through.
Right, so let's talk modern classic cars. Between the Pekini Zonda C12, the Lotus Elise First Series, or the Maserati Ghibli, which one would you pick and why?
I think for me personally, I'm going to pick the C12 because I think at some point in time we had the one in South Africa, and if I'm not mistaken, I'm sorry if I am, it was owned by Lolly Jackson, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, so definitely that one.
Yeah, definitely the C12, purely because of the exhaust. There's like 4 of them in the center. It looks amazing. I don't think it's quite insane because it's like 5 circles, but you only see 4. So there's like 1 circle and then there's the 4 pipes.
Yeah.
And the design of the whole car is just elegant and it's amazing. It has that Italian flair with it.
All right. Let's talk modern and electric cars.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on electric cars?
Funny enough, we had an argument about this the other day. My thought is they're not as environmentally friendly as we think they are right now. There's still some the processes that the cars get to, like to be in a car, that need to be sorted out. One of my biggest concerns is like with the batteries, how are they produced and how are we going to dispose of them properly so they don't do more damage to the environment.
That's very true.
So it could be, and I also do feel like that we are jumping the gun a little bit. We're moving a little bit too fast towards the like EV cars. Like we're moving way too fast. We should explore the hybrid engines more. That's my personal opinion on that. They're a good thing. I like what they do, but there's just some things we need to sort out here and there.
Yeah, I mean, electric cars are cool, but enthusiasts don't want to let go of the engine. So until we find a way of, I don't know, making your oil that you use to cook your eggs with able to run through your car, then we'll have the electric cars here and there. But we'll always stick to the cylinders, we'll always stick to the engines, we'll always stick to the loud pipes. So until they can make that synthetic fuel, yeah, the electric cars are just a supplement for us to swallow the pill of what we are going through economically.
All right. If you had to choose between a Mercedes EQS or a Tesla Model S, which one would you go for and why?
I think I'm gonna go with the Tesla, because firstly, I have a lot of pride when it comes to my country, South Africa.
Yeah.
So Elon Musk, being from Pretoria, he's a South African gent. So I'd support him by like picking the Tesla, definitely.
I would take a Tesla because it's been there for, not to say that Tesla's been there longer than Mercedes, but to say in the electric space, the Tesla is the pioneer of the electric space. So I think, you would go to the Italians for pizza, you'd go to the Americans for a burger. It just fits very nicely.
All right. So moving on, I have a bit of a quiz for you. Are you guys ready?
Nah, but let's go.
No, I'm sure you'll get it right. One common thing that people don't love about supercars, what do you think it is?
They're really impractical to live with and to drive around. They draw way too much attention. Some of them are way too low. The bits that you can accidentally damage are expensive. They're also expensive to run and maintain, but they're fun.
Yeah, so on paper, those are the general facts. But when you're in one, I recall my cousin picking me up from school on 458 Italia, and it was cool. I mean, until we got to traffic. So it was all fun and games until we were stuck in traffic, and the engine's getting hard to the back, and the sound system isn't great, and my feet are to the left. Oh no, my feet are to the right because the wheel well is bulging into the cabin. It's all those small little creature comforts like your armrest, not your armrest, but the handle.
Yeah.
There's no handle, you have to put your hand out the roof. Being a tall person, I generally use this handle, so it's those tiny things that start to annoy you here and there. 40 minutes into it, you're sweating, thinking, why did I take this car into traffic? So I think those are the things that annoy people with supercars.
All right. Which famous person oversaw the development of the F40? Was it A, Sylvester Stallone, B, Al Capone, or C, Enzo Ferrari?
Enzo Ferrari.
That's correct.
That's for Sylvester.
What lightweight material is used throughout the Lexus LFA chassis and frame? Is it A, aluminium, B, carbon fiber, or C, high-end steel?
You can take this one.
I think it's the carbon
Fiber.
Yeah.
That one.
Might be.
The answer I got for that was aluminium.
Really?
Really?
Aluminium.
That car is old.
Yeah,
so
it is. Fair, okay.
What position in the cabin does the driver sit in the McLaren F1? Is it A, in the center, B, on the left, C, on the right, or D, where they want?
I mean, I'll just put the person on the roof, really.
That's a
I mean, you remember that episode of Mr. Bean when he had to
Yes.
try? Yeah, I think you drive a F1 like that.
I feel like if someone's long enough, they can sit wherever they like.
Fair.
It's an idea.
Fair. If you really think about it, if you
Yeah.
apply your mind in the passenger seats, you could be
Just
No, I think sarcasm wins this round.
yeah, in the middle, in the middle.
in the middle.
What was the first model year for the Lamborghini Countach? Was it A, 1982, B, 1974, or C, 1984?
Do you want to take a wild guess? 74?
Nah, 74. Yeah,
74?
it's definitely 74.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
yes.
correct.
Oh, okay. Fantastic guessing.
What was the first supercar from Japan? Was it A, the Nissan Fairlady Z, B, the Honda S600, C, the Toyota 2000 GT, D, the Mitsubishi Evolution?
The 2000 GT.
Yeah, that was a concept car in the Gran Turismo 4 on PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's correct. Well done. And the last question I have for you is, what was the project name used for the Ferrari LaFerrari? Is it A, the F-150, B, Enzo, C, La Enzo, or D, Bulbasaur?
I remember this one thinking why the other car company across the pond didn't sue them, because it sounds like, because it is F-150, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, so I was wondering, like, they have a F-150 truck. I'm not going to mention the other company, but I'm surprised they didn't have an issue with it.
Yeah,
So yeah,
given their history. But
actually, yeah,
All right, and we are done.
fantastic.
Guys, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here today.
All right, thank you for having us. You know, Rush Cars. Follow us and find us on IG, rush.cars to be more accurate. And yeah,
thank you very much for having us.
yeah, I'm
pleasure.
KG. This is Luyanda, and we are Rush, baby.